Welcome back to another video from GPT Traders. This time we're looking at GRT, potential short setup brewing right now. So as always, starting on the daily chart, and we have got our zones already mapped out. We've got our horizontals in line with pricing structure, and this is looking particularly juicy for a drop down. We can see that liquidity has already been tapped, this wick has been filled, and it is running into daily resistance right now. So from a daily perspective, if I were to map out these as well, we can see it broke upwards and then has done a bit of a pullback here, and now we are actually seeing higher highs in and around these areas, but this is on a daily time frame. What we actually want to focus on is the potential 4-hour trade setup that's actually forming. So this looks a lot more clearer in the sense that we've got a lot more price action and clues as to where or what price could do. So like always, I will mark out the zones of interest, and these two horizontal lines is where I am looking to price to potentially retrace to. But even on the 4-hour, it's quite a big move. If I were to measure it, taking a ruler, that is a huge move of 34%. I don't think I would be in a trade for that long. It's just not my trading style. But what we can see is some price action movement here. Again, if I take the horizontal rule, we can see that this zone is particularly interesting. It broke up here but then pulled back for another leg higher here. So these are my zones that I'm looking at, and in fact the move that I'm trying to catch is from here, hence why the price action to where it is right now, even on a 4-hour, does look particularly appealing to me. So what would a potential trade setup look like? Let's jump down on the 1-hour, and we can see that on the 1-hour, oops, that was a terrible line, that we are seeing this range being played out. It's at the top of the range. Now if you want to be shorting, that's exactly where you want price to be. You do not want to be shorting here or here. It's just from a risk to reward perspective, where price currently is potentially the best setup there. I would like to give the trade a bit of breathing room. The initial target, one would argue, could be here, but for me, from a risk reward perspective, that's not good enough. If I were to trade on a smaller time frame, then potentially with a lot more tighter stop loss there. But because this is based on a 4-hour trade setup, I'm looking at a 1 to 3 trade where it pulls back to this particular region here, a region that we had already identified as providing good support. So looking at the rule measurements here, it is a 9% trade, and I think this is what is being teed up right now. Let's have a look at Bitcoin just to get our bearings to see where Bitcoin is in terms of its price action. So that has taken a bounce off of this support zone and is trending up. So usually if Bitcoin is going up, focus is going to be on Bitcoin, and the altcoins are due for a small pullback, and it's that small pullback that I actually want to be capitalizing on. This was our trade earlier. We'll make an update video around this, but for now focusing on GRT and potentially taking this short here. So we will come back to see how this trade performs and give you guys an update. Hope you like that, and see you again soon.